Okay, so make sure, guys, we have our terms, we have the labeling on our example, coefficient, constant, variable, and then make sure, so we have all this, okay, and then make sure we have our steps. The 5 steps we're going to apply on the example together. Anyone need the 5 steps still? Okay, so I'll keep that up there. So we are gonna apply the steps and list the steps on the first example, just to make sure you see it and you can describe it. Then we're gonna do some more examples, just doing the steps. It's all about application. Show the step on your paper to get credit. So if I look at, I'm just gonna go up just a little bit because some of you are ready for number 1. On the example for number 1, we have 6 parentheses, 3 minus x, close the parentheses, then a minus 2 equals negative 2x plus 6. So to the right, where it says steps to solve, that's where we're going to write out the steps that we physically do. So step 1 says to distribute when we see parentheses. Do we have parentheses?
Yes.
Yes, I physically see them right here. And so I'm going to need to distribute the 6. So I'm going to write here to the side, the first thing we're going to do is distribute the 6. Okay. So when we do that, we're going to show what that simplified answer is going to be. This would be 6 times 3, so that would be 18. Then minus 6x. Then minus 2 equals negative 2x plus 6. I'm showing the result of the first step. Okay, so on step 2, what does step 2 tell us to do? Combine like terms. Okay, so if we look at what we have written, do we have like terms?
Yeah.
What are the like terms?
18 and 2.
So 18, I'm going to circle this 18, and don't forget your sign, minus 2. So on my step, how to solve, I'm going to say CLT, combine like terms. Notice that we did the like terms on the left side. So I'm saying CLT on the left side of equal sign. So on left side. Okay, and then I'm putting in parentheses what those like terms or what that operation would have been. That's going to be 18 minus 2 when I combine them. So this gets simplified when I combined it. What does this become? 18 minus 2? So we get 16, then minus 6x equals negative 2x plus 6. There's our simplified equation. All right, now step 3 says move the smallest variable using the inverse. So the key to this is to be able to see which one is our smallest variable. Smallest letter.
2.
Ooh. It's not 2x, first of all. This variable is a negative 2x. And then this variable here is a negative 6x. Which one is smaller? Negative 6x, okay? Negative 6 is smaller than a negative 2. So step 3 here is that we're going to move the negative 6x by, oops, sorry, misread that, by doing the opposite. So the opposite of negative 6 is now we're going to, by adding plus 6x to both sides. So I need to make sure I line it up with just the variables. So I put a plus 6x on the left side and a plus 6x with the minus 2x on the right side. Line them up to not make errors in your simplification. So I'm just going to draw a line underneath here. When I do that, my smallest variable cancels. It's gone. And so now we have the equation 16 equals, well, when I do a negative 2x plus 6x, I'm left with 4x and now plus 6. There's step 3. Moving the negative 6x by adding 6x to both sides. All right, now step 4 says add or subtract the constant. Where is the constant in the equation? Yeah, the plus 6. So what we're going to do for our 4th step is do the opposite of that. So that means we're going to say minus 6 to both sides of the equation. So we're saying minus 6 to both sides. When I do that and simplify that, the constant cancels. And now we're left with 16 minus 6 is 10 equals 4x. So the last step is to multiply or divide the coefficient. What's the coefficient? The 4. So to get rid of that 4 times x, the 5th step here will be to divide by 4. To both sides. So I'm going to show divide by 4, divide by 4. So now my coefficient cancels. The 4 is gone. And what we have is we're just going to keep this as a simplified fraction answer, which is x on the right side equals 10 over 4. And the only thing we're going to keep it in fraction form, guys. I will only ask you for a decimal when you have a griddable. If I give you a griddable, a bubble, to bubble in the decimal. Now, my question is, can this be reduced? So, okay, so whatever fraction form you give me, it needs to be in reduced form. What can that be reduced to? If you divide both sides by 2, you're right. Yeah, so this would be 5 over 2 equals x. Black stat. That is our final answer. Simplified fraction form. Okay. All right. So this needs to go. Oh, I forgot. It just froze a little bit. This needs to go on your next available page in our spiral. So get this. You can cut out the border if you need to. Let's get it glued in. I'm gonna. All right. So this is the second page. We're gonna go through the 2 through 5 together. We need to show the work of each step. We don't need to write it out. We just need to do it. Okay. If you need to balance your equal sign, you can. So if you need to put just line down underneath the equal sign to keep your work balanced, put that there. I will do this so you can see that whatever you write on one side, like if you write on the left side, you have to write the same thing on the right side. All right, so on number 2, do we need to do any distributing? No, because there's no parentheses. Do we have, step 2 is combine like terms.
Yes.
Where?
No.
No.
Yeah, combine. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, where, okay, if you're saying yes, where are the like terms? That's what I'm asking.
Camila.
5x and 3x.
Yeah, but 5x is on the left side and 3x on the right. It has to be on the same side. Okay, so, yeah, but negative 8 is on the left and 12 is on the right. It have to be on both on the left or both on the right.
Combine like terms on the same side.
Yeah, they have to be on the same side to combine like terms. So I don't have any combine like terms. So what is step 3?
Subtract the smallest.
Okay, so move the smallest variable. So look at your variables. Which one is the smallest
-8.
variable? So we have to do the inverse of 3x. That would be minus 3x. Notice that I line up the x's when I do that. I'm going to draw a line underneath. I'm going to cancel the smallest one because that's what I just moved. And then simplify the equation. So this ends up being 2x minus 8 equals 12. So we did step 3, move the smallest variable. What is step 4?
+8.
Yeah, add or subtract the constant. So that should be plus 8 and plus 8. The constant is that negative 8. When I do that, I'm going to cancel out the constant, and you're left with 2x equals 20.
Divide by 2.
Yep, divide by the coefficient, which is 2. So the coefficient is gone. So now we get x equals 10. Okay. All right, so let's do, I'm going to draw my line to keep my work balance. Let's do number 3 together. What should be our first step on number 3? Yeah, we're distributing the -2. Don't forget your sign. So -2 times y and a -2 times 60. That is going to be written as -2y minus 120 equals the y plus 3 plus 2y. All right, so what would be our next step after distributing? Okay, where are the like terms? Yeah, the y here and the plus 2y. So when I combine them, what do you have? Yeah, we have a total of 3y plus 3 on the right side of the equal sign. We keep everything on the left, which was a -2y minus 120. So there's the combining of like terms. Now we got to do step 3, which is move the smallest variable. Which is the smallest variable? Yeah, the -2y. So to move this, we now have to do the opposite. So plus 2y and plus 2y. Get that written. The smallest will cancel. Don't forget your signs. Don't make a sign error. This will become a -120 equals 5y plus 3. All right, what's our next step? What about that 3? Yeah, subtract the 3 on both sides. Now you're going to be left with -123 equals 5y. Now I kind of ran out of room, so I'm going to come over to the side here. If I have a -123 equals 5y, I'm going to have to eventually divide by 5 to solve for the y. That gets rid of my coefficient, guys. But 5 cannot go into 123. Okay? 5 can only go into numbers that end in 0 and 5. That's it. So my final answer is a -123 over 5 equals the y. You keep it as a fraction. That cannot be reduced. If you want to write it over here, -123 over 5 equals y. You keep it in fraction form. All right, so on number 4, see if you can identify the first step and do it. Have it written on your paper. You should have 2 sets of distributing. You need to distribute the 2 to the first set of parentheses. And don't forget your sign, a -2, 10, yes. You can get one from another group. I only have, the amount that I have is out. All right, your first step should be 8w minus 2 equals a -10w minus, no, sorry, plus 30, then plus 4. Check your signs, check your first step. Oh, come on, come on, come on. All right. What should happen next? Yeah, where are the like terms? The 30 and 4, yes. I'm gonna keep my balance. So we have 8w minus 2 equals a -10w plus 34. All right, now what do we do? Move the smallest variable. Who is our smallest variable? Yeah, the negative 10W. So we gotta do the opposite, the inverse. So plus 10W plus 10W. Line it up with the W's and not with the constants. The smallest variable is gone. Now we have a total of 18W minus 2 equals 34. What should happen next?
Plus 2.
Yep. We need to add your constant. The constants cancel on the left, leaving you with 18W equals 36. So last we should do what? Yep, divide by 18 by the coefficient. Yep, the coefficient gone, so we get the answer W equals 2. All right, so on number 5, we have to distribute first because we have parentheses, but don't forget, that there is a 1 in front of that parentheses, which means you are distributing a negative 1. So you would have 5x minus 1x. Negative 1 times this negative 18 now makes that plus 18 equals 6. And then we're distributing the negative 2. So that would be minus 2x minus 30. All right. After distributing, what do we need to do? What's step 2? Okay, where's our like terms? Yeah, right here, 5x and this negative 1x. So that becomes a total of 4x's plus 18. What about on the right side? Are there any like terms? Yeah, 6 and this negative 30. So I have minus 2x minus 24. So the positive 6 and a negative 30 could give you a negative 24. All right, so we did like terms. Now what do we need to do? What's step 3? Smallest variable. Who's the smallest variable? Smallest variable. Negative 2x. So do the inverse and make that plus 2x. Plus 2x. So the smallest cancels. Now we have a total of 6x plus 18 equals negative 24. All right, now we're on step 4. Are we going to add or subtract the constant? Yeah, we're going to subtract the constant. So show the subtracting of the constant on your paper. Yep. No, that's not what we're doing. You're trying to isolate the variables. You don't want to add the one. You didn't cancel out the right. When you did that, you got the variable by the right side. So if the variable's on the right side, you don't want to subtract the number on the left. Brianna, that's right. That's the right answer. So you should have minus 18. Don't forget your signs. You would end up with 6x equals negative 42. And you should have divided by 6. So x equals negative 7. All right, so I want you to stop right here. We'll talk about the special cases tomorrow. I need you to go to the homework sheet next.